Alright, hello, welcome back, you guys. I figured it out. It took me a while, even after I stopped recording, because I was like, I seriously don't know what I'm doing. But all I had to do was in that text box, change it. And because of the fact that I'm writing my own visual novel, I'm so used to like having to go into the RenPy system and change it there that I didn't realize that was part of the system that they had just put in this other little section. So I had to do that, but I was so stupid. I feel like an idiot. But if you notice down in the corner, right here, instead of there just being quit that we can do, we can now bypass it. Isn't that amazing? I chose the same answer and everything, so we don't have to worry about that. But we can bypass. And that is like awesome. So let's do this. Let's keep going. So stoked. I'm so happy that I figured that out on my own without having to look it up. Huh. What are you doing? Stop it. No. 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 No! That was terrible. Huh. What happened? What's happening? I'm back in the mansion, but now I'm just feeling so sleepy. Aw, Adrian. They're waking up. Thank goodness. Oh. Oh. I opened my eyes and found myself in a sterile right room. I was sitting in a strange, expensive-looking chair with wires attached to me. I turned my head to fraction to see that Hannah was sitting next to me, her chair closer to a wall. There were several people in white lab coats standing over us, looking relieved. Where were we? Who were these people? We're sending a nurse to give you a checkup. All your vitals are showing up as normal on the machine, but we want to make sure. I looked down at his name tag. Simon. Then it all started coming back to me. Redacted Life was a company that was trying to out a new form of virtual reality gaming. Using this new technology, people could plug their consciousness directly into a game of their choice. The program that made the player forget their real life, replacing it with the fictional game protagonist's backstory until they finished the game, or their timed gaming session ran out. I had volunteered to beta test this virtual reality program. So had Hannah. Unfortunately, something went wrong with the machine. Simon filled Hannah and me in on what had happened. Instead of kicking the two of us off the server after our allocated time, we stayed where we were. We basically stayed asleep for several hours, trapped. During those hours, Simon and his colleagues had been frantically trying to pull our minds out of the program, but had been unable to, due to how temperamental the machine was. Doing anything too drastic would have been too risky for our own safety, and may have been even resulted in Hannah and me permanently losing our minds altogether. But that wasn't even the worst part. On top of all of that, one of the characters, Clara, had seemed to develop her own AI and had become hostile, trying to crash the system and kill us by bringing the games to an end state. Whether we lost or won the game didn't matter. Either would have ended in the games crashing and us dying. Luckily, Simon was able to inject a mod into the program and hoped that it would have woken up Hannah and me. He called it Paladin.exe. This mod had unexpectedly taken the form of the suit of armor and only caused Hannah and me to jump between games rather than jump out of the games altogether. Irony, eh? Luckily, we were able to hack our way out. Disturbingly, though, they still weren't sure what exactly had caused Clara or the program to change. A ghost in the machine, I guess. I left the building. I've had enough checkups and tests. Hannah and I were just fine. As I walked to the front steps, I could see that the sun was setting. It'd be hard for me to describe how that one particular sunset looked to me. It stirred so many feelings in me that I wouldn't have been able to put it into words. I wouldn't know where to start. I'd just end up saying, it's not blue. You know what I mean? It was a good sunset. It was something special. It was real. I saw Hannah walk past me. She'd been walking down the stairs. Hey. She stopped, turned around to face me, and then walked back up the 5 steps she'd made. Hey. Is your name really Hannah? Yes, but my hair's dyed. Turns out I'm not a natural pink. Is your name really Adrian? Yeah. But Rebecca wasn't real. Hey, what are you going to do now? See Redacted life? Not come back here? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Cards on the table, I don't either. I mean, what do you do after you're brushed with death? I shrugged. Keep living. But what about... Her sentence strayed away, and it looked like her mind was beginning to wander. Then something made her snap out of it. Have you learned anything from this? Huh? Have you learned something? She didn't say it as if she was annoyed or angry, more playful than anything. But she looked at me in a way that told me my answer was really, really important to her for some reason. Well, that's better to live a real, normal life than an exotic fake one. And I'm glad I'm alive and real. Living your fantasies isn't as cracked up as I thought. Then I'm glad I'm alive and real. Then I'm glad I'm a real person and not a video game character. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad I'm alive too. I guess that is an important lesson. Valuing yourself. Being able to take control of your life. I mean, even if you have something controlling you, like fate or a hard situation, or controlling parents or something, you can still take action against it, right? Take action. What are you staring at? Do you want to meet up again sometime? Not to play a virtual reality game, of course, but, just to meet up. I'll give you my email. And she did. Aww. Other credits. Well, it looks like Clara has led to the destruction of this game. The scientists will wipe us from the server. We're too dangerous. Clara became too sentient in AI. She wasn't happy. Me? I was satisfied. Tarot readings, doing the same actions, saying the same lines of dialogue, the same words of exposition. It was nice. I just wanted to entertain. Do you want to do it all again, from the very beginning? You have the power to do that, you know. That's right, I'm not talking to Adrian. I'm talking to you. What do you say? Would you like me to reset everything? I would have to get rid of your save file. Should we do it, guys? I'm feeling it. Let's reset and play this again. And then this time, we're going to follow Adrian through his game and go and do the seance with Terrell and Rebecca. Very well. Be it so. It is done. See you soon. Oh, he just wanted to entertain. Ah, man. Okay, the game's been reset. So that means that we are starting, from scratch. And, we got the good ending. Great for us. I'm happy that I got the good ending for you guys right away. So this episode, I'll be ending in, just a second. I'll talk a little bit about the ending I got, how I felt about it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed how that went about, and the fact that it turns out we were actually real people. We were just in, a virtual reality game. Because there is a chance that at some point, our gaming could become something like that. We've already started doing things where we put things over our eyes in order to be more immersed in a game. And in all of these different scenarios and lives, we always put our consciousness into something and let it become as real to us as possible. And I think that's a very scary thought. Because like Adrian and Hannah went through, it's not as pretty as we want to make it seem. Like, I enjoy these games, and the reason that I enjoy them is for the fact that they are a story, and they aren't completely and utterly real. I still have my real life that I can turn around and go back to, which is very nice and calm and relaxing. But if you were stuck in a game environment where all you had and all you knew was that game, it wouldn't be as cool or interesting. It would be terrifying and uncomfortable and probably cause more stress to the point of madness, especially if you remembered your old life. Even Adrian, when he started to notice that people were characters and not real, he had to deal with that. And it was difficult for him to accept, and he learned to accept it and learned to love an AI, pretty much, who couldn't even love him completely because of the fact that it was a game character. And to think about that and have your life be that of a game character, I think is a terrifying thought. And I hope that we never, ever, ever get to the point where a virtual reality is that deep in. But I know it's probably going to happen, and we're probably going to have people who end up in situations like Sword Art Online, where somebody decided to put people in the game and keep their consciousness in there, and those people actually were like starving and like dying, and they wouldn't come back. It was like an emergence of your soul into something else, because your consciousness is a big part of what your soul is. Your consciousness is a part of you that makes you who you are. So losing that and having it go off into this other world is a very dangerous thing. So I personally really enjoyed this game because it all looked at that and looked at what like the future may be, where it was pretty normal, but the future was dangerous. There was a chance, and the chance that we're going to take in this next episode, which I'm going to just play through the whole thing on this next episode of the bad ending, where Adrian doesn't get to escape. And he's just trapped in this virtual reality world where Clara is lonely because she became an AI who knew too much. There's two different types. There's those that can take it and those that can't. Tyrell is the type who just enjoyed entertaining and wanted to make people happy. And she was not. Clara wanted more. She was lonely and she was unhappy because she was made to be that way, and it made her want affection and somebody, and Adrian was the only somebody who was there to choose from. Anyway, so yeah, that's my take on it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm happy that I can sit through this with you, and in the next episode we'll play through the bad ending. We'll do the whole thing in one sitting and it'll be amazing. So let's go. You guys know the drill. Have a great weekend. Have a good week. And good night.